Yaxel Lendeborg wasn't supposed to be here, like, not even close. If you rewind his life just a few years, nothing about his story screams future star, lottery pick, or face of a top college team. He wasn't some viral high school phenom. He didn't grow up chasing basketball dreams. He wasn't even really trying. For most of his early life, Yaxel was just a regular kid from New Jersey who liked playing video games a lot. We're talking 12, 14 hours a day sometimes, mostly NBA 2K. That was his world. And honestly, he was fine with that. He didn't really have big goals. If you asked him back then what he wanted to do with his life, he'd basically shrug and say something like, "I'll figure it out." There was no urgency, no pressure coming from him. He wasn't thinking about college, careers, or anything like that. Meanwhile, his parents, completely different story. Both of them were athletes. His mom, Yaxel Raposo, and his dad, Yaxel Lendeborg, had both played at a high level, even representing the Dominican Republic. Basketball was in his blood before he was even born, literally. His mom said she was playing while she was pregnant with him. So from her perspective, she could see something in him that he couldn't see in himself. But growing up, Yaxel didn't really care. He tried basketball here and there, played pickup, messed around, nothing serious. When he got cut from his middle school team the first time, it didn't hit him hard. He just went back to gaming. When he finally made the team a year later, he barely played anyway. Then high school came, and things didn't get better. At Pennsauken High School, it wasn't basketball holding him back, it was school. His grades were bad, like bad enough that he couldn't even play. He got dropped from the freshman team. Then sophomore year, still ineligible. Junior year, same thing. And the crazy part is, he didn't care. He'd go to school because he had to, barely pay attention, sometimes just mess around on his phone. Then he'd go home and hop right back on the game. That was his routine. Looking back, he even admitted it. He thought life would just kind of work itself out. But reality doesn't work like that. Everything started to shift going into his senior year. His mom found out he might not even graduate. She sat him down and had that talk. Not yelling, not forcing, just real emotional truth. Basically like, you need to wake up. And for the first time, it hit. Instead of staying on that same path, Yaxel made a change. He was still in high school, but he started taking classes at Camden County College to fix his grades and stay on track to graduate. His mom drove him there every morning before work, which shows how much she believed in him. And it worked. His grades improved, he got back on track, and because of that, he finally got one real shot to play high school basketball. Just 10 games, that's it. No long high school career, no stacked resume, just 10 games at the end of his senior year. He averaged 14.6 points per game and led his team to a 9-1 record. And for the first time, people started to notice something. Not hype, not headlines, just something. Still, when the season ended, Yaxel didn't think it meant anything. To him, it was like, cool, that was fun, and then it was over. After graduating in 2020, he didn't go chase basketball. He went to work, literally. He started working at a warehouse with his mom at a company that made phone accessories. Long hours, physical work, real life. And that's when things really hit him. Being there, working next to his mom, seeing how hard she worked every single day, it messed with him. In a good way, but also in a heavy way. Because now he realized something. He had been wasting time. He even said it felt like he messed his life up, like he missed his chance, like it was too late. That moment right there, that's the turning point. Not a game, not a highlight, not a coach, a warehouse. But again, his mom saw something he didn't. She pushed him to go to a basketball showcase in New York. He didn't even want to go. Stayed up all night playing video games before it, showed up tired, and then he bawled. Out of nowhere, doors started opening. A junior college called Arizona Western took a chance on him. And when I say took a chance, I mean there was barely any film on him. No real track record, just belief. And even then, Yaxel didn't believe in himself. He didn't think he was good enough. He didn't want to leave home. He had never even been on a plane alone before. He was scared. He literally cried on the flight. Think about that. A future NBA prospect crying on the way to his first opportunity because he didn't think he belonged. But once he got there, something started changing. At first, he wasn't dominating. He averaged like 6 points and 7 rebounds. Solid, but nothing crazy. Then, in the off-season, everything flipped. One day in workouts, the coaches got tired of him doing basic big man drills, so they let him run with the guards. And that's when they realized this dude was different. He could handle the ball, think the game, move like a guard at 6'9". From there, he started turning into a real player. Not hype, not potential, real production. He became one of the best JUCO players in the country. Then came more attention, bigger schools, real opportunities. Still, he didn't fully believe it. Even when coaches told him he could be an NBA player, he thought they were just trying to recruit him. That's how far behind his mindset was compared to his ability. Eventually, he committed to the UAB Blazers. That's where things got real again. He started doubting himself again. Am I actually good enough? Did I take this too far? But this time, he didn't run from it. He worked through it. And once he got comfortable, he took off. At UAB, he became a monster, averaging 17 points and 11 rebounds. Now, he's averaging big numbers at Michigan, leading one of the best teams in the country, getting NBA buzz, projected first-round pick. And if you want to know the true measure of his heart, just look at the 2026 National Championship game. It was Michigan versus UConn. The Huskies were chasing the dynasty, while the Wolverines were looking to cap an incredible 37-3 season. But Yaxel wasn't 100%, not even close. In the Final Four game just prior, he went down hard, suffering a knee and an ankle injury. He was moving with a clear limp. Most guys would have been in a walking boot on the sideline, but Yaxel refused to miss the biggest stage of his life. He played through the obvious pain. It wasn't his prettiest game. He couldn't elevate like normal, and he looked rough out there, shooting just 4 for 13 from the field and 0 for 5 from the three-point line. But he still fought his way to 13 crucial points, grinding out every single possession when his team needed him most. His gritty masterpiece helped lead Michigan to a 69-63 victory over UConn. He didn't just make it to the biggest stage, he left it as a national champion. All from a kid who played 10 high school games. That's insane. And honestly, his story isn't even about basketball. It's about timing. Because he didn't start early. He didn't have it all figured out. He didn't grind from age 6 like everyone says you're supposed to. He figured it out late and still made it. That's why his story hits, because there are so many people out there right now in that same spot he used to be in. No direction, wasting time, thinking it's too late. And his whole message is basically this: it's not too late. But you can't wait forever either. At some point, you got to take yourself seriously. If you don't, life will force you to. Yaxel just figured that out right before it was actually too late. And now, he's a national champion living a life he never even imagined, all because he finally decided to believe in himself after everyone else already did.